get it, man. Life is amazing when you fucking take it by the fucking throat. Hello.
Hey, Gary.
Whoa, wait a minute. I hear it.
1 second.
Hold on. Okay, no worries. Who are we doing? Is it Jody? Is
Jody.
it that? Okay, good. I didn't think that was your voice, Jody. So how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Mr. B?
I am super well.
So I have a wildly specific question about a dilemma that I'm currently facing in my business. Bit of background. So I'm a fashion designer and I've been actively developing my luxury streetwear label for about 3.5 years before becoming a official LLC in January. It's called
KNARLI.
KNARLI. And I design unisex reversible knitwear produced in a highly sustainable manner that's virtually zero waste using 3D knit technology. I plan to launch for public sale next month, but coronavirus literally chased my production from China to Italy and now LA and Brooklyn. And actually this halt is really good because it's kind of forced me to stop and think twice about production. I'm at a point where I need to decide whether to continue with my original plan of starting with flat knitwear, make money, and then transition into 3D knitwear, or skip the flat knitting and jump right into 3D knitwear, because flat knitting production has ended up being a lot more expensive than I anticipated. And it's only about 20 to 35% less than 3D knitting.
I'm following. So isn't 3D knitting a big part of the KNARLI brand story? Because it's like the first thing that came out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Well, that's your fucking answer.
Okay.
People make financial decisions all the time that compromise the story.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, because when I was first going in there, it's a lot more easier and accessible to do the flat knitting first. But and especially when
Jody, people pick ease, people pick faster, people pick more money over the story.
Right. Okay, cool.
And then story. Like KNARLI with a K's story is the 3D part.
Right.
You were compromising it for convenience.
Right.
Which
was also a lot of, I was reaching out to 3D manufacturers and on-demand manufacturing for a while. And because I'm a small startup and, I look young, there's a lot of rejection.
Cynicism. Yeah,
sure. And I get it.
Let me ask you a question. How many?
How many what?
How many did you reach out to?
4, but there's only like 4 that are within my reach in America.
Understood. I respect that.
So it's, So because 3D knitting, I mean, it's like super small. There's only one manufacturer technically of that machine.
Yes.
So, okay. Thank you.
Are you going to be able to get them to do it though?
Yeah. I mean, yes. See, yeah, because after I actually had someone reach out to me back again, one of the people that rejected me last year. And now as they saw kind of the traction that it's getting with my branding, they're kind of more interested. And so I have a feeling that if I really, really push it, I can get it to happen. But I do really need to push it and be able to sell that story. And it is a lot more.
Have you considered pre-selling product?
Yes, I have completely. But the problem is I need to be able to hunt that manufacturer down and do what I need to. And the way
don't fear pre-selling. Don't fear it, because if God forbid you can't make it, you can return the money and do something nice because you weren't able to deliver.
Sure.
Right? So like all of a sudden, God forbid you can't, maybe you send back the money and you design a little handkerchief by hand and send it to them. Do you see what I mean? So don't fear it.
Do you think it's a good idea because my idea of doing this pre-selling Kickstarter campaign was to do it directly straight through my official website rather than doing something through like a Kickstarter, like official.
I like that. Yeah, I think you could do it on fucking Instagram and post a photo of the design of one that you've made and absolutely crush that way too.
Okay, cool. I mean, that's awesome.
I call that ghetto Kickstarter. You just post it on Instagram and say, DM me if you want it.
Word.
Straight up. You know what I mean? It also
Yeah.
builds community that way.
Sure. Can I also throw in another question that
Real quick.
What kind of advice would you have for someone that has literally zero business experience and is a designer, artist background?
There's two things. One, you bring in a business partner and you actually give her or him a percentage of the business.
Sure.
Or two, you realize that Tommy Hilfiger and Tom Ford and many others didn't have it either and fucking figured it out over time.
Word. Cool.
Michael Kors figured it out along the way.
Right. That's kind of what I'm hoping.
Did you have any entrepreneurial skills as a kid? Like sell a blow pop, have lemonade? Like, is it in you at all, do you think?
I mean, I from the time I was out of the womb, I mean, I've known I was going to be a fashion designer, and that like drive that moves me. But as I've kind of like went through FIT and my graduate studies, it has been the way I design is a lot about marketability and saleability in my design. It's not about artsy shit, you know?
Yep.
So I am not an entrepreneur, but I have a business sense.
You have a commercial capability.
Exactly. Because I recognize
hopefully you'll be in a position where you can hire around your weaknesses,
yes.
Whether that's your board to do the accounting or things of that nature. Right. But if you find yourself, you're so young still, you find yourself in 2 or 3 years that you need to bring in a business partner, then that's what you do.
Yeah, I mean, that's the absolute dream, is to be able to do that. I'm like really working sunset to sunrise for the other
never compromise your story. You got very lucky that this pandemic happened because it gave you another chance to not compromise.
Sure, right. I appreciate that very much.
Awesome.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye. It's a really good tea session. I really, really like it. Paul Hutchinson in the building. He's sharing. Devin Alexander always sharing. Lee Sturk